Shoot. All right. I'm gonna, let's see, give you access here, Jennifer. Give me a quick second. Oh, sorry, it's been a little bit.
You guys can't see my screen even though I'm sharing.
Uh, no, I can see it. I can see it, Jennifer.
Yeah, I think we're good. Okay.
Great.
So I'm just going to start by launching the portal site. And when you log in, and let me step back a little bit. I'm going to put on my customer hat right now. So we're looking at this from the customer perspective, and I'm logged in as Clark Construction. If
Hey,
you're
Jennifer,
familiar, yeah,
can you expand the window? It's a little
yep,
bit small.
yep.
Perfect.
Um, So we're looking at this at like I'm an employee of Clark Construction, which is a customer. If you're at all familiar with the Epicor demo database, you might be familiar with this customer. So this just a little bit more background on this. This is connected to our internal demo database, Epicor Kinetic. So you'll probably notice some of the part numbers and things as we go through, again, are all part of that Epicor standard demo data. So when you log in, it's going to take us to just our normal landing page that contains some dashboards. So you can, change your dates here if you want to see sales by a specific date range. The customer will be able to look at sales by volume or sales by number of purchases. We just have some nice little dashboards for them to be able to see their data broken down into graphs and charts, including some totals at the bottom. So I'm just going to kind of walk through the different options here. This was designed in part to be very easy and self-explanatory for your customer. So they should be able to log in and quickly be able to get to the meat of what they're looking for, and that might be, their order history, purchase products, quotes, invoices, etc. So I'm going to start with order history. And this page gives us a look at all of their orders. Right now, we're just showing the 3 orders for all time, but that can certainly be distilled down by any of these different search parameters. And we can see that we've got 3 orders out here that we've placed for all time with our purchase order number, our Epicor order number, and some totals. Now we can also see the status. So I can see right now that I've got 2 orders that are still open that have yet to be shipped, and one that's already shipped that we should have received. So if we kind of drill into this, we can then actually see what we placed for this order, and we'll be able to see our parts, right? So you may recognize these DCD numbers, the quantities, the unit prices, and our totals. We'll also see our tracking information that gets populated from Epicor. And we also have the opportunity here to reorder. So customer can easily get in here and view a previous order that they've already completed or might be in process, and they can quickly reorder. If we hit this reorder tab, it's actually going to add these parts with the original quantities into a shopping cart, right? So they have the opportunity here to, adjust these numbers if they wanted to reorder less or more of what they originally ordered. They can remove things from their cart if they want. So maybe we just want to order this DCD 200 ml. We want to reorder that, and then we have the option to check out and place that order, which will push back to Epicor. Okay. If we go back to order history, again, we can see even for our open orders that they're currently in process. And we also have the opportunity to even quickly reorder these as well at this point. All right, so let's just take a look at purchased products, and I can see the last 30 days I haven't bought anything, but if I say, if I just put a custom, let's go back. We should be able to see all of the parts that we've ever ordered. So these would be comprised of all of those different order numbers that we were able to see the top level on. Now we can see the actual parts that we've ordered. And we have an opportunity here to also add these to the cart from this perspective to reorder. So it's a nice little option to be able to reorder by part number. Then we've got quotes, and this is kind of, I like this piece of it because a customer can actually then see what, if you're using the quoting module, what quotes are out there and what status they're in. So right now we've got 3 different quotes out there with 3 different statuses. So I'll start with the one that's maybe not as far along where a quote has been requested. We can see that it's been entered in the system, but it probably hasn't been quoted, completely quoted yet. Maybe they're still building out the details, etc., and getting pricing together. So we can see that we've requested a quote for these 2 items. And let me show the next one. The next kind of level is the approved status, and this just means that the customer has that I said, yeah, this looks good. We're contemplating it and deciding what we want to do with this. And if we are ready to kind of move this to the next stages, I can easily, as a customer, accept this quote and move it into the next steps, which would come back into Epicor. The third stage here, and this is kind of where it gets really cool, is that I can see the ones that I've accepted, and I can actually convert these to sales orders. So I can say, yep, I want to order this. You guys, maybe as a customer, I've received all my RFQs back from my different vendors, and we've decided to move forward with your quote. I can easily, as a customer, go in and say, "Yep, we've won the quote, and now I want to get this as a sales order. I want to order it." So
Jennifer,
different
can I
stages.
add one
Yep.
note here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Jennifer showed how the quotes are in various stages here. If prior to being accepted and being ready to order, if the particular customer wanted to talk to their rep and try and negotiate a larger discount or needed some help because they couldn't really figure it out on their own, so they needed some changes. The rep can go and update that quote on their end, and as soon as they make that change, the customer would receive an email alerting them to that, and then they could go right back into their portal immediately and see the update.
Yep. Okay. And then just to kind of show this again, it gives you all your order details, the parts that have been ordered, etc., and some of the standard stuff that's set up in Epicor, as far as the payment terms and shipping methods and all that fun stuff. All right. So if we move on to our invoices, this is always a fun one that gets requested as customers want to see all their invoices. We do have the ability to link in a credit card payment, processing payment, in order for them to actually pay their invoices from here. Right now, this is just set up for this particular customer to just print their invoice detail, and then they can turn around and cut a check and pay for it. Otherwise, I would expect if we had a payment processing set up, that there would be a button to process that credit card order. We already looked at shopping lists, but a couple other things is the customer does have the ability to create new shipping information. So if they clicked on the new button here, they could enter new shipping details for new shipping location and save it, and that will push back to Epicor and create a new ship to for that customer in Epicor.
And Aleran also supports split shipments. So if they had 100 parts in one to send 50 to one warehouse and 50 to another, they can do that right within this interface.
Yep. They also have the ability to, you can see that this particular customer has two ship tos. They're able to edit that information as well. That will come back over to Epicor. Takes a little bit of workload off your internal people, which are usually either salespeople or customer or accounts receivable that are maintaining those customer records. All right. Does anybody have any questions, or is there anything else that I'm missing, Robert, that we need to cover here?
Well, I don't know that we want to walk through it here, but you can see it says AI Portal Assistant at the top. So the embedded AI within the portal has full visibility to the customer's order history. So if they want to ask questions like when was the last time they ordered a certain item, or even what parts might I need for this particular piece of machinery, the AI assistant can help with that.
I think our
One question I have is
yep.
Jennifer and Robert, is one thing I've heard sometimes is, gosh, like our state, oops, I muted myself. Our state of products and organizing our products is kind of a mess. We of course have some in our ERP, but we might have some in spreadsheets and other. And so, gosh, thinking about any kind of changes, even an Express or Simple portal, sounds like it could be kind of hard. Could you speak to that for those who might be feeling like they might be in that kind of state
Well, I
or
would just say that
that process?
and I don't know, Jennifer can answer too, but our services team can help with that organization because we have a lot of experience doing that. The
Hmm.
simplicity of Express Portal means you kind of don't have to worry about a lot of that stuff because the way you have things set up in Kinetic is the way the Express Portal will just bring it right over.
Hmm.
Yeah, I think it's important to kind of stress that too, is that the overhead is virtually zero when it comes to getting this connected to your Epicor Kinetic system. The, it is not a long implementation process. We can get you up and running very, very quickly.
Yeah, pretty much to connect the Express Portal, you just need your API credentials for your Epicor Kinetic instance, and we kind of do the rest. Okay, Amy, back to you.
All right. Well, before back, anyone who's on have questions that they have for Jennifer or for Robert? No? I guess one question I would have is, um, you talked about Kinetic, but what if someone isn't on Kinetic or they're maybe planning for an upgrade or a migration in the future, maybe in the near-term future, but they still want to get started?
Well, Aleran is agnostic to the ERP. We already have a built-in connection to Kinetic, but we also have connectors for many other manufacturing ERPs and can handle multi-ERP environments as well. So as long as the ERP that the customer or ERPs that the customer is interested in have APIs, then Aleran can connect.
Okay.
And I think too, and you can correct me if I'm wrong, Robert, is that when we say kinetic, that's just because that's the terminology that we're using for Epicor ERP these days. But I would expect that we can go back to even E10 because it uses the same APIs.
Correct. And we can handle, whether the customer's in the cloud or on-premise, either way.
Mhm. Okay. Cool. That was going to be my clarification too on Prem. So awesome. I'll go back to share my screen. We're going to talk about use cases. So I'm going to hand this back to Robert and to Jennifer so you can see my screen again.
Yep.
Awesome. Um, so Robert and Jennifer, if you could take us through kind of like good fits here. We have three listed here, but if you could kind of walk us through determining, sizing up what might be a good fit for the Express portal.
So
Jennifer,
I
you want
could,
to start or you want me to?
yeah, I can. So I think that this is a really good fit if you're a company that has nothing, right? If you have no sort of customer portal where your customers can go see the basics, right? Where's my order? Where's my quote? Has this shipped yet? This is a perfect launching point for you to get your feet wet with customer facing portals and will, in my opinion, reduce a lot of that low hanging fruit of exorbitant time that your customer service or sales reps might be spending on getting things communicated to their customers throughout the quoting and sales process.
Yeah, and I think you can see from these examples here that, I mean, the first one is kind of the basics of, just customers calling you for asking simple questions. So you can relieve the burden on your internal teams. The customer can get what they want fast, and your internal teams can work on higher value, more strategic projects, um, automating the quoting process. And when it says fast digital front door, you can think of the Express Portal as kind of the perfect foundation stone that you can get started super simply, but then if you want to build on that to add the sales order management capabilities or a full digital storefront for commerce or the catalog tools that we have. I mean, there's a whole platform of tools that we have to address kind of like I said earlier, the full breadth of a manufacturer's B2B sales challenges. But by putting in the Express Portal, having the connection to your Epicor ERP, you've got the foundation that you can then add on other modules as needed.
Mhm. Excellent. All right. Well, we are a few minutes over, so we'll just go through this. Robert, did you want to talk through some of Jennifer, any of the highlights here as we move ahead to questions, any discussion items?
I think we pretty much hit on these points, but really it
Okay.
automates what's manual today. It gets you started quickly, and then you can build on it for doing more. But as noted here, it's definitely not a big IT lift or a big digital transformation project. It's a simple starting point for enabling digital experiences for your customers.
Yeah. And one just super quick thing, we haven't noted in complete tax compliance, we haven't talked about, we do have an integration with Avalara. We have a number of integrations too. So any questions that you have on that as a follow-up or others, we'd be happy to answer. So I'll just put this up. So any meeting that you book with us, you can email us at sales@Aleran or at partners@Aleran. And you'll be entered to win a $50 gift card. So I'll be following up with each of you as well, but certainly you can proactively reach out if you'd like to book a time and then be entered to win that. Then open it up for any other questions as we have Jennifer and Roberts here to answer them.
It's a shy group.
It's a shy group.
If you think of questions after the fact, you can certainly reach out to us and we'll be happy to answer them.
Absolutely. Okay, well, hearing none and wanting to keep the promise on time, thank you, thank you. You'll be receiving a recording of this as well as a recap and ability to book that time or get any questions answered that you have. But we just, again, really appreciate you taking the time and really do welcome any feedback that you have too on this. We want to make sure that what we develop meets the needs of the manufacturing community, and we appreciate everything, your time and your thoughts. Thank you.
Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, everyone.
Okay,
Thank you.
bye.